wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Everyone is supper. Running out today. World is in our future. World is in our hands. We got all the children. Show them the best way we can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. Say yeah, just you and me. I can't do it alone. Need some help now. Can't do it alone. Well, help out, y'all. Can't do it alone. Come on. Need some help, y'all. Can't do it alone. Go ahead. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Shout out. Woo! Tino Lucian, what's up? Ina, what's good? What's good? Mary, Max, good. You done made it. Ow! What's up? Let's go ahead and do this, and y'all come on in. I'm gonna give y'all a minute, so we can work this thing out. And y'all share this live, share wherever you want to share it. Share it in the Grambling pages, share it in the Grambling football page, share it all over Grambling, because this is a Grambling article tonight. I mean, a Grambling rant tonight. So we want to make sure everybody's here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get it started and say what's up to everybody. And also let y'all know that I think I have about 2 more lives to do on my Facebook page before I go total YouTube. And if you want to hear any of my thoughts about anything in the future, you'll have to go to my YouTube channel. You'll have to subscribe. And I'm just telling you, you have to subscribe at your own risk, because, you know, I just share my thoughts, and all my thoughts don't always land perfectly, but I wouldn't be me if they all landed perfectly, right? So y'all come on in, and so I think I have this one. I think I have another one, maybe 2 more before I get stuff together. Y'all hit me on that Cash App, because you know this phone is blinking out. It's been going out on me. So I'll holler at your boy. Y'all want to see me with a new iPhone or something. Not the most expensive, but a cool one. If y'all want to see my lives on YouTube and you want them to look really pretty. I'm here to just share some thoughts after I do this salute. Shout out to our beloved Grambling State University Tigers. They won the Bayou Classic, and I'm telling y'all, we needed this win. Woo! Saw the highlights. No, I didn't watch the game. I was at the gig trying to, earn rent. And however, I saw highlights, and I saw a lot of videos out there, a lot of Gramblinites. But this particular page, I think Grambling State University football page, I saw that page, and they were just saluting the Tigers. And days after that, I was looking at other posts. They were saluting Grambling's win. It was a very needed win. I've always said, even when I was a student back in the 90s at Grambling State University, the university God ever, the best university, the greatest university God ever sanctioned to be built. Shout out to Booker T. Washington, who said, hey, Charles B. Adams, our founder, why don't you go down to North Louisiana and create that Negro agricultural normal school? And start that so he can start educating black folks there in North Louisiana and the country out there. And the rest is history, right? I'll shout out to Prez Jones, who was the 2nd president after Charles B. Adams, and our 3rd president was Dr. Joseph B. Johnson. Appreciate those 4 great men. And don't forget our man, not just Charles B. Adams, but his wife, Martha Adams. Dormitories on our campus. And the strangest thing happened. I saw the Dallas versus LA Raiders team, right? And y'all know there was a nail bite. If you watched that Dallas versus Los Angeles Raiders, I think they're LA Raiders, Oakland Raiders, whatever, the Raiders. And if y'all watched that game, y'all know that was a nail biter. They went all the way through to the end. Overtime, it was 33-33. And the refs, they were trying to get it over that line in overtime, right? And the refs kept throwing flags. I mean, they was holding up the Raiders team, and I guess they kept getting penalties. Boom. Because Dallas was trying to hold them and all that. And all of a sudden, the kicker kicked it. He kicks the ball over, he makes it over, and boom, there's the game. And the Raiders won. There was celebration. But they never... I was reading. I've been reading ever since that game. I was reading, checking out, going through pages and pages of articles and looking all on social media, looking at news, magazine, websites, sports stuff, and I was trying to see if they made the kicker the MVP. Nowhere. They never made the kicker the MVP. It was I guess he was just doing his job for the team. And so that brings me to the win at Grambling State University. And get ready, if those of you who don't like, for me, if you're black, and I guess you have a degree and you live in a gated community and you've done really well with your degree and all of this, you feel above so many things because Obama was president, you're post-racial, you might want to go ahead and log off because I'm finna go there. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. Don't move, okay? Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. The world won't get no better. See? Okay, what's up? What's good? Alright, I want to show y'all something. So y'all know where I'm always coming from, because I know I'm not like everybody. I'm not like a lot of people. It's probably just, why so many people don't maybe listen to me or turned out by me. But I'm going to show y'all something, alright? Where I come from. Why my thoughts are the way they are. And so you'll never have to wonder, why does he say these things? Why does he think like this? Check out this book. It's called Breaking the Curse of Willie Lynch by Alvin Morrow. All right? Kill Them Before They Grow by Michael Porter. It's called The Misdiagnosis of African American Boys in Classrooms. All right? Let me show y'all. The Black Holocaust by Dale Jones. I actually got to meet him in person. Had a conversation with his brother. Back when I was a student at Grambling State University. You know when black consciousness was real big at Grambling? This book right here, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. See, I never met Malcolm, but I love this book. The New Jim Crow, I just bought this. She talks about how the prison system is like new slavery. Her name is Michelle Alexander. I've had this book for years. It's called The Iceman Inheritance by, what's his name? Michael Bradley, my bad. I'm just showing y'all some of the books that I have, books that I've read. This book, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's book. It's called The ISIS Papers, Keys to the Colors. And you can see here I actually met her, had a conversation with her. Yeah, and I'm going to show y'all some stuff. Black Labor, White Wealth, I just bought this book. I have to read it, but I've always watched a lot of Dr. Claude Anderson videos. Here's Dr. Claude in his younger days, but he's like an 85-year-old man now. And I have yet to, I'm going to read this. Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy Leary, PhD, social work, PhD. And you can see here, I've had the pleasure of meeting with her and having a slight conversation with her. And after her lecture, after I brought her book. I read this one too, called Hip Hop America by George Nelson. These are just some of my books, some of them. and the Disappearance of Black Leadership by Dr. Earl Ofari Hutchinson. I read this book years ago. And I probably, all these books I'm going to read again. So y'all understand, whenever Rico's coming from, I come from what the scholars taught us. G.M. James' Stolen Legacy. The Browder Files by Dr. Anthony Browder. Introduction to African Civilization by George G. Jackson. Yes, right. See, these are books, among other things. I haven't gotten a book by Dr. Amos Wilson, who spoke highly about the psychological impact of racism in the black community, and he talks about the attack on black males. And so this is where I come from, y'all. So forgive me if I don't sound like everybody. But I still move about like I'm one of you, because I have college degrees from the Grambling State University, and shout out to the conscious community of Grambling State University, as well as in your city, in your town. I know a lot of you probably going to fast forward this, because it's like, what is he talking about, blah, blah, blah. But I have to give context, because what I'm about to say, so it can make sense. I know probably a party pooper or a Derek Downer in a lot of circles, but I can't help it. Guess who else was a Derek Downer? Malcolm X was a downer in a lot of black circles. Dr. King, when God really spoke to him from 66 to 68. Ida B. Wells was a Debbie Downer. Fannie Lou Hamer was a Debbie Downer in a lot of black circles. Who else? Nat Turner was certainly a Debbie Downer. A Derek Downer. You know, whenever you try to bring common sense and the truth, or you point out racism, white supremacy, a lot of us is black. We know Caucasians don't like it, certain ones. A lot of them don't, because the truth. That's why they made up this lie about critical race theory being taught in schools. It's not about that. It's taught in law schools. Not in doggone high schools and stuff. Get it? Okay. So I was looking at the Grambling State University football page or group, and these people going on and on. They called and the kicker gets all the glory. I found that to be interesting. You know, for me, listening to the scholars and read what the scholars are talking about, our scholars, African-centered scholars, they gave me a particular common sense, and they taught me about race and racism. I'm not afraid to talk about race. I'm not afraid to say the word race. It doesn't bother me. I'm sorry that it bothers so many who look like me, who are in the black community. But it does bother, because they've created a strategy by which they think will help them survive under the system of racism and white supremacy. It's not about hating anybody and any of that. Now, I shouldn't have to have said that. But you know what? I read those comments, and I'm like, these are college-educated black folks who went to a black college, but I learned that not all of us was into consciousness when I was at Grambling. No, we had a large group of black folks who were into consciousness. You know, black consciousness, and now it's become a dirty word. Hotep, all these other names like Hotep and so-called. Oh yeah, they made it an ugly word, but that's the thing that got us over. Consciousness what moved our race forward in this community, and so pointing out little things. You know, where's that Carter G? I say I didn't bring my Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro out here. And I think that and the Willie Lynch letter are the two things that struck out most to me when I read those comments by these black folks who went to a black college, who were acting excited because there was a white man that kicked the football. They made him MVP. And they brought up the white tiger, and they was like, yeah, he won the whole game. He's this. And I said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Because my brain doesn't work like that. I have to process some things. I have to, Norman Freeman, what's up? You know, I have to look at things a little closer than the average person, because I've never gone along to get along. I've always thought for myself, which has often gotten me in trouble, which I don't mind. Y'all talking about, what's that little weirdo guy talking about some good trouble? Yeah. I guess we can consider this, good trouble. And my comment was, wow, he's the MVP of the game in Texas. Against Southern, the Bayou Classic. You mean he outplayed or did better than the quarterback, the lineman, the blockers, the receivers, who else? The coach and his plays. You mean this kicker is the MVP when all those young men, black men, yeah, I'm bringing up race. That's why they're acting a fool, because he is white. I'm going to throw some history on y'all in a minute. Giving the key to the city because he white. Did I just tell y'all the LA Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, didn't make their kicker the MVP of the team? It was a team effort. So, and then people tried to say, well, it had nothing to do with race. Or, he really remained calm when all the referees were trying to come at him. All kinds of excuses. But see, I read these books. Let me show you again. I read these books and more. And I met some of the authors of our consciousness. And so I know better. And it's nothing against that kid at all. But I'm always talking to us. Because we do a lot of things that are counterproductive to our progression. We do a lot of things that that we participate unknowingly. Thank you, VB, for saying our erasure as a group. See, he remained really calm. He remained really calm under pressure, and he could. Somebody said he understood the assignment. I mean, all the black colloquialisms came out. But I want to say is, no, the MVP that night was the entire Grambling State University football team, not just the white kid, the kicker. It wasn't just him. And shame on you, all of you, let me tell you how far it's gone. Now, I didn't know he was a senior and is graduating. Some people are like, I hope he stays on because he still has another year of eligibility. He's a kicker. You can always get a kicker. That lets me know y'all saying it because he is white. The young fella is going to graduate, from what I understand. But several people were saying, I hope he stays on, cause he has one more year of eligibility, even though he's going to graduate. He graduates. He has one more year of eligibility. He's a kicker. He's not a receiver. He's not a quarterback. He's not a lineman or a blocker. Y'all said all this about a kicker? I'm telling you, my hair is not gray because I've gotten over 50. Trust me, not just because of that. My salt and pepper ain't come in just because I'm 52 and counting. Because I pay too much attention to the psychology and the mental health of our race, our people. You know, and it's depressing. It's stressful to care about us like this. And we got 40 million black folks don't care like this. You know, and I know it's a cost. It comes with a cost to care like this, to be alert and to really be awakened, to see what's going on. If you've been thoroughly trained on that third eye, if you've been thoroughly trained to understand what it means. Now, please don't let me bore you with all this over the head kind of, ranting, I guess. And I'm not here to insult your intelligence either. I just need us to have a real conversation. I just thought it was just kind of awful, a little kind of childlike. It's almost like, the way they were worshiping this kid, it was just ridiculous. I'm not saying he shouldn't get a pat on back for well done, but it's right. Norman said it's draining. It is, brother. It's like let me share something else with y'all. See, I pay attention to everything that's said. When Grambling was losing all those games, every Negro they even dug up old Gramblingites to say, we need a new coach. Their program, oh my God, they ain't got enough recruitment dollars. We need a new coach. Fire the coach. Get rid of him. Stone him. And we need to recruit better. This team they got now, we need to recruit some 4- and 5-star chips and players and blue chips and all of this stuff. But one thing you never said was we need a new kicker, and you never talked about that. So if you all of a sudden need a new team when they was losing, now all of a sudden, because the white kid kicked the field goal, y'all want him to stay longer, and he gets all the glory. He's the face of the win of the Bayou Classic. You see how we give stuff away? It reminds me of my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Now, black kids started this dance called bucking and juking. But those young black kids are not being taught by an elder. I try to send them messages on through Facebook, and all the time I got some pushback because we're also post-racial. White boy is dance, no, he's mimicking the juking and that the black kids do. And they're always pushing his videos. And I told them, he's going to be on Ellen. He's going to be the face of Memphis juking and buck and juking. The way they've been doing since I was a kid in the 80s. Poor black kids out of the hoods of Memphis, Tennessee. North Memphis, South Memphis, East Memphis, Whitehaven, Binghamton, Hollywood, Springdale, all over Cordova. Black kids came up that dance and been killing it. These black kids today are just handing it over to this goofy white kid. It reminds me of Elvis and Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake over Usher, Elvis over Little Richard and Chuck Berry. Our girl Stephanie Mills said about music. They don't want R&B from us anymore. They want it from Adele and Justin Timberlake. See, after a while, y'all making this white kid the face of the Win or Bayou Classic, all because we don't have the confidence or the intelligence or the good sense to unify as a community and make our own faces the face of our wins, our victories. Y'all think it's something strategic. Some jackass gonna say, you know, we need this adversity and diversity. Well, let me tell y'all a little secret. Norman, you're probably there, and everybody, and Mary Max, and everybody else who was there in the 90s. I don't know if you're familiar with the 89, 90, 91 football team. We had a white kicker then. I think he was Israeli or something. But you know what he did? He just kicked the ball. He wasn't lauded on shoulders. He just he just kicked his ball during the game, and that was it. They didn't give him a special blue ribbon for kicking or for any of that. He didn't act. He was cool. I didn't hear anything from the cat. He was just cool on campus. But this new generation of blacks, instead of doing the work ourselves, we want somebody else to put us out there. When Charles P. Adams and Coach Eddie Johnson bust their ass, and Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones, Prez Jones, and Dr. Joseph B. Johnson all worked their ass off. His name was Gilder Landau. Thank you, Conrad. Conrad said his name was Gilder Landau from Israel. Thank you, Conrad. You remember that cat. Real down to earth, very nice dude. And Robert Lee said, you mean you couldn't find a black kicker? Robert, they thought it was something special. See, black people. And yeah, Robert Lee, they couldn't find a black kicker. It's amazing. Anybody on that black team could have kicked, but that's us. I mean, too many of us. And so they're around here giving all this praise to this Caucasian, taking pictures with him and everything. And I understand the excitement, but see, I look past the fanfare and see what really happened. And so these blacks, it's just a group, it's not all of us, because all of us didn't feel the same way. I saw some people who were thinking differently. But these particular blacks want white people to validate us and push us forward. When it was Charles P. Adams, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones, Prez Jones, and Dr. Joseph B. Johnson who brought us here by being black. We got black players in NFL. We got a lot of entertainers in the world of entertainment because we were black. We didn't need the white sign off in order for Grambling to be excellent, to be awesome, to be world renowned. We didn't pull a fast one like Southern University did, got a fat white boy to be the human jukebox or whoever he was. We didn't have to do all that. We didn't have to do one-trick pony and trickery and do gimmicks. Because we dug into what we know. We were black. And now all of a sudden, that ain't good enough. Hey, Tiffany Sugar. Hey, Evrika girl. What's up? And so, and then this thing about, you so-called post-racial folks. Grambling State University has never, ever, ever, no HBCU in history has never, ever, ever denied anybody entrance onto our campus. Y'all know why they didn't want to come? Because they didn't want to. You know why they didn't apply to black colleges? Because they didn't want to. They didn't think much of it. And for those of you who say that it's not about race, God damn it, Grambling State University was created because of race. The reason we are so lowly funded is because of race. So y'all make me sick always saying that. Grow up. Read one of these damn books I got. Get some sense. Get like me. Be able to have a conversation with me. I'm tired of you post-racial niggas. I'm sick of you. You are the ones who are ruining it. We're not saying dislike or hate on a young guy, but y'all ought to be ashamed. But you're not, because you don't know any better. You don't know any better. It's no debate. You don't know any better. 2021, you still don't know. Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan is 90 years old now. He can't continue to hold your hand and tell you about the goddamn racial issues or educate you on race. You got college degrees. Still ignorant? Still think, man, we put a white face up there, we'll get recognized by the world. Grambling became world fame. The band became world fame by having, about 200 members of the band who are black. So I don't understand why black isn't good enough for you people. You people. I don't understand. It's bothersome. You know, Grambling State University is great because it is black, and Grambling State at any HBCU has never never denied any group. They didn't want to come because they didn't think much of black colleges. Hell, the only reason we had black students when I was a student at Grambling in the 90s, because they probably couldn't get accepted anywhere else, so we were there playing B and C. And also, Grambling had the top nursing program, so it's full of Caucasians over there. And then my master's degree program in social work, classroom full of Caucasians. But you didn't see them walking around on campus, did you? So don't try to make this like, it's not about race. He's just some little country kid. What, Fort Bend? Where is that? You know, it was even said to me that, well, we went to this high school and we recruited, but he was the only person. All the black kids, they went enrolled in PWIs. But he was the only kid, the white kid, that accepted Grambling. And my response was, I guess we should be honored. What's wrong with us? Black kids go to white schools all the time. And it's okay. I know it's more than one high school in Louisiana. There's tons of majority black high schools across the South that Grambling's probably not recruiting from. You got to go there and recruit them. We have to go there and recruit them if you want black kids. And we never said we don't want anybody white. No, look like the tennis team and the soccer team, white girls everywhere. We don't care. But what you will not do is make that white kid the face of the Bayou Classic. Pictures everywhere. They've done stories on them and everything. Even, let me tell you how sick we are. They brought up that old shit, the white tiger. I guess that was the Israeli kid. They showed a picture of the white tiger. Y'all remember that story from back in the day. But it's interesting. I know there's probably an Asian kid that goes to Grambling. Where's the Asian tiger? Our Asian tiger. Woohoo! I'm sure we have a Mexican kid that goes to Grambling or two. Where's the Mexican tiger? Woohoo! Jamaican, African. There's never been a Jamaican tiger. There's never been a Caribbean tiger. We had black kids from Barbados, and there's never been a Nigerian or African, Caribbean, Jamaican, or Barbados tiger. But they made sure we got a white tiger. We've got a white tiger. And then they put it all up there. Again, it's just me sharing stuff that other people pretend they don't see. I'm sure he's a cool young man. I'm sure he's pretty awesome. But cut it out. But we're going to get it together one day. We are. We're going to learn the errors of our ways. And the MVPs of that game were all those black kids. Let me tell y'all something. You know why they were the MVPs? Because they all understood they had something to prove. Because alumni and everybody else had just given up on them. Damn, they had lost like 15 games. They had lost 12 games. Man, we need news. So that win was a very heavy, concerted effort with all of those young men, and to deprive them and to rob them of that moment just so you can show white folks that you're not prejudiced, you're an asshole. You robbed those black boys. You robbed them of their win of the Bayou Classic. That was an astronomical win for those boys, those young men. But y'all want to say, oh, we got white man, he do MVP. That MVP. Why'd y'all do that? Why? Why did y'all do that? That was terrible. And it's in the white boy picture everywhere. And all them black boys, all their uniforms dirty. His wasn't dirty at all. Did he do a block? Did he throw a pass? Did he write a play? Did he do a block? Did he do an interception? Did he do anything? Hell no. That's why I'm Rico the Opinionist. That's why I had a newsletter in college that says, in my opinion, and I shared everything. Because the campus newsletter wouldn't tell it the way I told it, the Grambling Night. It wouldn't. Because those folks had to worry about their jobs. I didn't. I understood my rights as a student. You can't fire me, goddammit. And I understood that. The president at that time wasn't my boss. Nobody was my boss because I paid money to go there. And we can teach the students, you're the boss. You don't let no administrator, nobody runs you. Because nobody ran me. Yeah, I said it. It was the truth. But I wasn't a jerk about it. I understood my rights and I pushed the envelope. I didn't try to bully my way into things. Meaning all I want to do is be able to say what I want to say. Under the guise of freedom of speech. That's it. And if something needed to be said, I want to say it. That's what I do on my Facebook page. I express my thoughts. It's Rico and his opinions. That's what I do. And I don't have a problem with it. But I just need us to stop stepping on our own feet, get out of our own way, and push our university forward as a black school. I know people going to enroll. That's okay. But stuff like this should never happen again. Never. All over. White kid, no, the kicker. See, at first I started off as the kicker. But I said, no, let me call it what it is, because I don't trust them. Because I know what motivates us. Carter G. Woodson understood what motivates the enslaved mind. It's all about thinking white is better, thinking white is the way. White, even behold a white man's hand that gets you into heaven. Dr. Claude Anderson speaks on moratorium manumission. You know, that means if you save one of their lives, if you support one of them and all that, you'll get your reward. So we're thinking that racial harmony, racial healing, or showing that we are not a racist group, or we're tolerant. That's right. Yeah, he's good. He's coming. He's going to the cookout. He's going to the cookout. Oh yeah, he's coming. You know, just silly. How about that just be a team? And y'all not focus on race. See, I don't focus on race. You do. Because my mind is clear enough so I can call things what they really are. My conscience isn't guided by, well, I'll make sure they ain't big on racist. The white man's hand will get me into heaven. A lot of them think that, Norman. Robert Lee says 35% of the student body at Meharry Medical College is white. 35%? Yeah, they climbing. Because we're sending our own black kids to our medical schools, Robert Lee. And Robert, I was contacting you, wanted to contact you, brother, because I thought it was an excellent video you did on when you talked about Lamar Norman versus University of Memphis. That was an excellent video you did. That's why I wanted to contact you, brother, to go in depth about that. That was awesome. So, but anyway, I'm not going to belabor. I just wanted to share that. Let me try and see if I left anything out. You know, about that situation. I thought it was weird, and I need us to start reading. I told y'all, if y'all email me, those who don't know any better, I'll email you what's called Rico's Black Book List. I'll email you. Just send me a letter. What's up, Eric Rivers? That's my older brother here. He brought me some of my mom's about one of my mom's sweet potato pies back from Memphis. Myron Carl Smith was good. You know, it's some of these books. You know, some of you're in your 40s. Y'all probably need to read this because you've been kind of going by your own devices and kind of messing up. Some of you thought if you married somebody white and all this had cheering behind there, it's going to end racism. It doesn't. It makes you have to really hide and ignore more when you do that. But no, to each his own. You can marry and reproduce whoever you want to. I'm just saying, that's not going to stop racism. That's not going to ease it. Oh, Tiffany Sugar says The Art of War. That's a good book too. Taking book suggestions. She said, know your enemy. And in addition to that, Tiffany Sugar, when you know your enemy, that's why you ain't got to be upset about nothing. And what they do don't bother you. But see, a lot of us trying to rush it without doing the work and then behaving a certain way. They said, okay, I got you, Erica. You want to copy Rico's Black Book list? And when you going to start your exercising stuff, Erica? Has it started yet? I don't get up that early. I think did you say it's on Saturday and Sunday? I saw your video. You trying to get us to come join you, do that warm up. I don't know if I get up that early, sweetheart. But yes, okay. But yeah, just hit me on inbox on this video, and I'll go through and look at the video. If you leave your email address, I'll mail you a copy of Rico's Black Book List, and you just start anywhere on the book list. And because we're going to have to get this together. Because all this, the way we behaving now. See, we had 8 years of Obama and they lied about that post-racial. And then you get Obama's vice president and tells you, well, if you don't know to vote for me, you ain't black. And there goes post-racial. And everybody under his administration has gotten money. Immigrants getting $450,000 allegedly. Oh, of course, the Jews continue to get billions of dollars from us. Asians get money, getting money. LGBTs getting money. Who else? Everybody's getting money except for American descendants of slaves and foundational black Americans. And those very leaders, black leaders who made fun of those who demanded and forced themselves to tell you better vote for him, get the racists out the office. And then I guess, the so-called non-racist president cut the funding by 70% to HBCUs. I'm just saying, we're going to have to get ourselves together. It's not about party. It's about having some sense. You can vote for Democrat or Republican. You vote on independent. You vote for or you demand things before your vote from either party. You just don't be holding to one group. That is the most childish, the most asinine, the most antiquated way to deal with politics. It's so immature. That's one of the many reasons we're losing. Asians, Hispanics, yeah, everybody. It's gotten money. And the year hadn't even passed. They got in the first 3 months. I'm just saying. So, again, congratulations to Grambling State University and its Bayou Classic win. We really needed this win. But I'm not going to give it to a kicker. I'm going to give it to all of them. And the kickers included. I'm going to give it to all of them. Because those young men needed that win. We needed that win, right? So if there's any questions, I'll take a few questions right now about anything under the sun. I'll take some. I'll read them if you have any questions. Right now, I'll give a few minutes. Yeah, all of them. That's right, Myron Carr Smith. If there are any questions, I'll answer them at this moment. Do you have any questions? For those of you who are just coming on, check out the Facebook page. I have a book that I wrote. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. Conversation with my absent biological father who dared to be found. And it's only $10. Cash App, $ Rico the Opinionist. PayPal, Cash App. It's basically a book about when at 22 years old when I found out by accident who my actual biological father was. And he didn't want to be me. And I finally met him at the age of 39. And I just went up on this porch, me and my brother Eric, and we just rang the doorbell. He came, and my brother said hello. And Anthony Garcia was good, bro. He came to the door, and he said, hey, and I said, hey, I'm Rico. He's like, oh, hi, Rico. He asked me, how'd you find me? I said, well, Google MapQuest. So he said to me, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. So if you like a copy of the book, it comes in PDF format. So if you decide to hit me on that Cash App for the $10, $Rico the Opinionist, please send me an email address so I can email you your PDF copy. And if you read it, please let me know what you think, because your opinion matters. Your thoughts on what I wrote matters to me. I know, Myron, it was something else, wasn't it? So if you have any questions for me about anything, Anthony, Mr. Politician, you're killing them, bro. You're killing them. Graham fam up in here, of course. If y'all have any questions you want to ask me about anything if you've watched previous lives, if you have any questions, I'll take them. Because if you see me in the public, I don't answer any questions. I'll have discussions about anything that I've ever said or what I say on Facebook. If you must ask me a question if you ever see me anywhere, Grambling Function or Homecoming or anywhere. You have to Cash App me, $Rico the Opinionist. First, question is $200. Follow-up questions, $75. I don't talk about anything that I discuss on Facebook in person unless I'm being paid. Because, I learned that we don't really want to have a conversation, just want to argue, and I don't do that. No one's going to cuss me out for free or argue with me for free. I learned that from doing my newsletter. Because I used to pass my newsletter out, really for free, but and I realized that, damn, my tennis shoes is developing holes, and poor kid from Memphis, and so I started, suggesting, soliciting donations. If they like a copy of my newsletter, they can, donation. Start off with a quarter, then 50 cents, then it went up to $1. And there was a demand, and so people gave. And I appreciate you giving. And so same thing in person. If you want to hear my thoughts, don't just start talking to me, because I'll probably walk off. No, we're not going to do that. You're not going to get anything out of me, but you can get it here, because it's my Facebook page. In the case you just joined in, I have about 2 more lives that I'll do on Facebook, but probably after this week, if you want to hear what I have to say, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel or share the videos from my YouTube channel, because I'm going to put this up on the YouTube channel, and hopefully y'all are sharing this live, for everybody to hear. But I just want to share those thoughts, and because I was like, man, this is insane. Are these people serious? But I guess, you don't, I don't know. Again, these are my books, some of my books that I've read, and some of the authors that I've met, some of the titles and stuff. And if you want a copy of my Black Book list, please feel free to hit me up, and I'll be more than happy to mail you a copy of Rico's Black Book list. I know we seem to like black in spirit, but we don't like it in practicality. You know what? Like the movie Wakanda. We like the, what's my YouTube channel? It's Myron Carr Smith asks, what is your YouTube channel? It's Rico the Opinionist. Opinionist. Rico, Ricothe, the Opinionist. That's my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, and now my TikTok. And it's all it is, just me sharing my thoughts on either, all of the platforms. And join at your own risk. Get offended is because people come and they go. So it's fine. But I'm also working on a second YouTube channel. It'll be so different from this one, because this YouTube channel will be me sharing my thoughts. But my second YouTube channel that I want to get up about it before the end of the year, or probably beginning of the new year, it will be me talking about, it'll have my name on it, plus my social work credentials. It'll be strictly talking to African-American men, about social work issues, and putting up social work issues, mental health, substance abuse. And so it's going to be pretty cool, because I want y'all to know, and I think we all have what is called this duality. We all have a duality. And me, Rico, the Opinionist page, I want to keep it so I can be able to really let that side of me continue to show and shine, if you will. also want to start sharing some of my experience over the 24 years as a master's level social worker. I call them drug counselor and mental health counselor, and I want to be able to share that with men who want to subscribe to that channel, and I'll be taking calls on that end, and listen to people. Some people that may want to call in and just share their thoughts. Maybe I'll just call it the people's social worker, or something like that. The people's social worker. Yeah, Grand Fam social worker. That's right. What's that? Vidria Emerson Millich. What's up? How are you? Welcome to this page. And in the future, maybe you'll send you. Anybody can subscribe, but let you know, ladies, it'll be me talking to young men. I won't turn anybody away, but it'll be because I want to continue to do my part, and trying to, as my friend to the end, Mary Max would say, heal some brokenness in our men, and because a lot of our brothers have anger and depression, and some of these folks are some batterers. I used to teach batterers intervention class too, and I loved it. Loved those classes. I like teaching them because I really get to talk to the batterers about, there's a cool little education packet that they're given, and I am qualified to teach them, but I think with the state you have to get certified to really have your own little company or something. And it's cool. It's just a little more paperwork and probably a few more hours of training and stuff that the state of Texas requires. But I really enjoy teaching batterers intervention prevention classes of BIP. I really enjoy those classes because, ladies and gentlemen, you should hear what some of these guys what sets them off. But also, I'm one of those persons, I don't just dump on the guys. I don't beat up on them. I explain to them the difference between a batterer and a domestic violence situation. Vidra, Ms. Miller says, I'm a social worker as well. I wish you well with all that you're doing in the field. Remember, and I remember you at Grambling. Okay. The social work, I am such a social worker, and I'm very protective of fellow social workers and Aquariuses. I am. When I see a fellow social worker, male or female, I'm like, right on, because I understand the work that you do. Vidra, which part did you decide to go in? Did you go in administration and community, or did you go health, mental health? Which one did you decide on? Which one have you worked in? Because I went health, mental health when I was at Grambling. Let's see. So if you can answer that, that would be great. Which I think it's administration and nonprofit, or administration and yeah. So, which one did you go into? Because I always wanted to be a counselor, so I went health, mental health, and it's definitely it was definitely a challenge, but I loved it because I enjoyed working with people. I got my master's and did clinical concentration. Awesome. Same here. Awesome. So that means you got to work a little mental health, some substance abuse, and family education, and little crises here and there. but you may join me in the part that's not so fun, the daggum insurance. That part is not fun because you're also, I don't know if you worked at a place that made you, okay, you went to Ohio and got your master's? Cool. That's awesome. Bachelor at Grambling, MSW at Ohio State. Cool. And I know that insurance piece, they even try to make you kind of cater your notes, your individual notes, or even your group notes to fit the narrative of the insurance. Okay, you're in Texas now, working in schools in Texas. Awesome. In Austin, right on. Awesome. I wrote a letter on Facebook saying I'm done with it. The heavy stuff, the therapy groups, and all of that. I want to, in 2022, just stick to doing the education. I enjoy doing anger classes. I enjoy doing theft intervention prevention. I don't know if that social work is just part of that's substance abuse, anger, theft, and marijuana intervention prevention. And if I can get back in a batterers group, I love those four. As far as the other stuff, the heavy lifting, after 24 years, I'm all lifted. I'm damn near left it out. But I can still have a blast in the education. That's what I enjoy doing now, the education piece. That's right. So, y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And charges to my head, not to my heart. And I meant what I said. Y'all enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you later. Peace.